What's up, guys?
Welcome to Box Office Showdown, where we talk about everything
Sorry
going on
about that.
in movie news. Today we have Justin and Daniel. How you guys doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Well, let's jump in. Have you guys seen any good movies lately?
Good movies?
Yeah.
That's a different question.
Well,
though.
yeah.
Have you seen any movies in general?
I have seen
Any of the new ones that came out on Friday?
The most recent, well, nothing this week. The most recent movie I saw was Welcome to Marwen for my podcast, Nothing New, a remake podcast. So if you want to hear what I thought about that movie, you download my episode.
So wait, just a moment. I'm sorry.
But it has Steve Carell in it.
It does have Steve Carell.
But you just said it's for that podcast, Nothing New, where you talk about remakes, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware it was a remake.
Marwen is a remake of a documentary, more or less. You can make the argument it's a readaptation, an adaptation of a documentary, but is another take on a documentary called Marwen Cole, because this movie is based on the real life of an artist named Mark Hogenkamp.
Mm-hmm. So this one's about like a guy that makes toys.
It's very complicated. Basically,
The
real man, Mark Hogenkamp, the real artist, was brutally beaten for a hate crime, and
what's the hate crime?
He basically admitted to a group of basically admitted to a group of men at a bar that he liked to wear women's shoes.
Whoa! And they beat him for wearing women's shoes.
And they beat him for
What decade was this though?
Last decade or so.
Oh my god!
They beat him for wearing women's shoes.
So to the point where he couldn't remember pre the beating. That's how bad they beat him up. And so he's been using he used to be also a very talented penciler, cartoonist. Okay. So he's been using the dolls as a way to kind of express his emotional damage and find a way to use creativity to activate his brain again. And so the only thing he can do is create dolls and photographs that tell a story of a fake town called Marwen Cole. Okay. And so the movie takes the inspiration of the real man and replays it with Steve Carell in the role of Mark Hogenkamp. And I would say... Would
you suggest it? Should we go watch it?
I think for sure the documentary Marwen Cole is a must-see. Okay. It's a really great documentary.
Ooh, that doesn't bode well for the film.
Yeah.
The film is fine.
We'll leave it at that.
Wow,
it's fine.
That was interesting.
But hey, if you want to learn more about Mark Hogenkamp, that documentary Marwen Cole is really great. You should definitely seek it out. And you just look at his art; his photographs are amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Marwen Cole, very good documentary. Great photographs. Just look up his artwork, his photos in general.
For some reason, I don't know why, but it's reminding me of another Steve Carell movie, Dinner for Schmucks, where he recreated some iconic scenes with mice.
But dead mice, right?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't see that movie, so I didn't make that connection.
I forgot that happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's horrible because
yeah.
Galifianakis is in it,
yeah, that was a weird one.
Dude, that's crazy.
Okay. That's good.
Types of shadows, man.
Well, like all box office showdowns, we like to talk about some news that came out with the movies. Our a real quick one. They greenlit a Barbie movie with Margot Robbie. What do you guys think about that?
Makes sense. Sure.
She looks like a Barbie.
She looks like a Barbie.
Wolf of Wall Street. She was pretty much a Barbie with a really strong accent.
Yeah.
What about it? What's
up? Do you like it?
Is it going to be a superhero Barbie?
Well, one of our writers wrote on our website, #show.com.
That's why I was thinking of
it. They're trying to get a Patty Jenkins on board with it
to direct it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very good.
But do you think a Barbie movie would work in this day and age?
That's the question, right? It's what's the approach? If you're gonna do a movie based on Barbie,
do they still sell Barbies?
Of course they do. Yeah. No, Barbie's a staple. But the question is what's the approach, right? Are you gonna do a movie? Are you gonna be smart? I mean, here's my thing. Lego Movie did something which I thought was great, is that it was smart in taking the toy line and finding a way to examine storytelling, imagination, and childhood. And I heard they were making a Lego movie and went, okay, fine.
That's exactly what I thought at first. I was like, well, they already do like these Lego movie, like Lego superhero, blah, blah, blah. Some of them are funny. I'm not going to lie. They were like, oh, okay, this is interesting. But a Lego movie? Oh, God, this is going to be so stupid.
And then it's one of the best movies of the year.
One of the best movies of the year. It was funny, storytelling, character development. Everything was great in it. I was, oh, my God. So, I mean, I can see why they took them and did them. So,
maybe Barbie, they just got to be smart.
But
you know,
it also is a Hasbro film, then, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is.
Mattel, Hasbro. Oh no,
It's
Mattel.
Mattel.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's left of Mattel?
Yeah, right. So will it be? Well, I mean, yeah, Barbie and Hot Wheels.
That's true.
So I don't know if I'm gonna. I love that big. I don't know if it's gonna be like. Is it gonna be a superhero Barbie? Is it gonna be Dr. Barbie, flight attendant Barbie, trailer trash Barbie? I don't know which one.
What if she's all of them?
Trailer trash Barbie?
I don't know. I'm just making up things.
I
don't play Barbie. But will it actually be something that's going to appeal across the board, or is it going to be something for just the younger audience? Like, I remember asking my daughter about it. Like, hey, blah blah. Would you be interested? And she was like, nope. Like, she was like, probably people younger than me, but I mean, really?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I don't know.
No. Again, it's all about approach. It's all about
who would you cast as Ken?
Ooh.
Amy Schumer, actually. No.
Look at that.
Look
at that.
All right.
Look at that harsh reaction.
Jezzer hates Amy Schumer, just letting you guys know.
There's a part of me that wants to cast like a big name like Brad Pitt as like Ken.
No.
I just
what you need.
What do you? You're so against that. What do you want?
I want a brunette Ken, and what I want is John Hamm. That's it. America wants John Hamm for something. We need.
And his wife's relationship again, and put him in another movie.
With Margot Robbie again? Yeah. Well, then everybody's gonna know it by then. Oh, so you are? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm Will Smith. Oh, that stupid thing he does.
What was that? What was that?
Whatever. I can't do that Will Smith yell that he does. Whatever.
But Margot does look very much like a Barbie.
Yeah, she is Barbie.
Look at that. See, we're gonna see a superhero. We've already seen the film. We've already seen it. We've already seen it. Just letting you guys know. And it wasn't too great. Okay. So that's it.
I'm in a gigantic wait and see, I guess. Yeah. Because I don't know what.
I mean, it's gonna happen regardless.
It's gonna happen. Wait and see. You're not even gonna see it.
No, he's gonna see it. We're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. He's gonna do the press junket interviews. We're gonna send you.
No, I will tell you right now. Like, if I hear whatever the approach is, what the synopsis of the movie is, and I'm just already gonna reject it, then I can go like.
Okay, I got it.
But right now, we got nothing. They just said Margot Robbie's playing Barbie and went, okay, I guess that's a movie.
I got it for you. A down on her luck, just recently graduated business school.
See, you already lost me. You've lost me. You've already lost me. Okay.
Business school student has to figure out a way to get into the working field. Yeah. No one's hiring her, right? So what she does, she starts a gambling ring. Wait, no, that's a film already.
No, that's a completely different.
That sounds like a freeform film
already.
That sounds like a movie already.
Okay. Yeah.
What movie are you already ripping off?
You know what I'm talking about.
You're ripping off a completely different movie.
Game. Whatever's game.
Oh, see, we can't. You can't. No, that's Barbie's game is not the movie. You can't do Barbie's game. It's already been.
Fine.
So it's from us. It's probably we won't watch it.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Again, wait and see. Like if the synopsis sucks, then I'm out. Then I'm with you guys right now. Right now I'm like. All they said is Margot Robbie's playing Barbie. I'm like, I don't know what to judge of that.
Yeah, that's true.
So since it's called Box Office Showdown, let's take a little glance at what movies are doing well or which ones aren't doing so well.
Why don't you start with 10?
Start with 10?
Start with 10 and go up.
Yeah, let's go with 10.
Yeah.
Vice, you saw that movie.
I did see Vice.
Would you recommend it?
I do. I liked it a lot. I think the cast is great. I think Adam McKay did some really good stuff in it. I know the movie's actually it's interesting. I've been reading reactions. It's very split right now. And
dude, I loved it. It was very intense.
Did you see it?
I love how intense. I actually went according to your suggestion.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, dude, it's really good. It's really good. I love because at some points where they're like, well, this is how it probably went. At some point in the film, they do that, and it's like, and they're break the fourth wall, kind of like blah blah.
How's Sam Rockwell?
Oh my
Rockwell
God.
is very
Rockwell, perfect.
Yeah.
Really?
Perfect. And gosh, you should see it.
Yeah.
You should see it. You'll like it. And it's better than the big the Big Short or whatever.
Oh, it's McKay's previous movie.
Yeah.
The Big Short, yeah.
That if you've already seen that, you're kind of in that world of
That's
understanding how he tells the story. This, he goes full tilt with that whole kind of stylized way of giving us a kind of documentary, but like not like a mockumentary. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Just a story, biography kind of thing. It's really good. It's entertaining. If you aren't even like one of those people that are like, oh, I'm so into politics, blah blah blah. The story itself is just what's good.
Are there a lot of stories? Are there a lot of stories in the movie that are like, oh wow, I didn't know this happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, the wife. I'm not even gonna spoil it.
No,
The
Lynn Chaney.
wife.
No, there's some stuff we learned about Lynn Chaney that's really surprising.
Yes,
And
the wife.
I'll probably check it out. Probably maybe tomorrow.
All right, what's number 9?
Number 9 is The Mule. That's the
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood film.
Oh, I've already checked out. What?
I do enjoy some of Clint Eastwood films.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to see this one.
Yeah.
Side note on
all
that.
Gran Torino.
Side note: when I went to go do the press junket for Vice,
Yes.
on my way out of the press junket, when I was leaving, enters Clint Eastwood to the same place I was at.
Oh, really?
Clint walked in with his people, and I don't get starstruck a lot,
Dude.
but it's Clint Eastwood.
Effing Eastwood.
I know he was just very. Look, he's an old man now. So he walked in like an old man. He's like, hey, everyone. But my brain's like, oh my God, it's Clint Eastwood.
They were probably doing junket. You should just went upstairs, found out what they were doing. They were like,
they were definitely doing the mule junket at the same
time.
time.
Like, hey, how you doing? And just walked upstairs.
That's the most interest I'll get of this movie, by the way. It's like, hey, I met Clint Eastwood in real life because of it.
Speaking of Eastwoods, me and one of our former producers, JD, we went to go watch a screening of the last Fast and Furious movie. And we was at Universal Studios. And as we were walking out, Ludacris and Scott Eastwood was there. And then they're having a little party in the bar up there, and we're like, well, can we just stay here and hang out with Ludacris and
sing Scott Eastwood?
You gotta carry your press credentials everywhere you go from now on. And just be like, I'm sorry, I'm here to... I was invited.
Let's go on to number 8, which is a surprise to me because I really, really, really enjoyed this film, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
The best Transformers film to ever exist. And am I saying this and actually being blasphemous because the animated film counts in this group?
Listen.
I'm saying it, and I'm saying this is the best Transformers film to exist.
I think...
Fight me.
Here's the thing about that. I am very fond of that movie, the animated movie in the 80s. I love it too.
Yeah.
But
there's one I have one trope for that movie though.
Okay. Here it comes.
Okay.
You got the touch, man. Go ahead. Tell me.
Optimus gets shot.
Yes.
In the chest.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then dies.
Yes.
Ultra Magnus gets torn apart into pieces, and they put him back together, and he's totally fine. I don't understand that.
Well, because his Allspark was not damaged.
His Allspark wasn't damaged.
That's the thing. Optimus got shot in the chest, and you saw his Allspark was gone. He turned gray. You saw him
here's the thing.
Gone, wasting away.
That aside.
He does not have the touch.
No, he did not.
Ultra Magnus never had the touch.
No,
let's be clear.
No.
But no, that aside, as much as I love the animated movie, you're right. I think Bumblebee is the best movie because I think you have to have an understanding and a love of Transformers to enjoy the animated movie. You do not need to know that. Bumblebee.
My God.
I've been seeing reactions of Bumblebee online, and a lot of people.
Look at all the seekers.
A lot of people who have. This is the thing that's so good about this movie. The people who don't care about the franchise at all are they come out of the theater going like, I care about Bumblebee.
I actually need to know what happens now.
I care about Bumblebee. I care about.
I want a Cybertron film.
Yeah. No, first off, when Michael Bay made that first movie in 2007, he did not think that people would attach to Bumblebee because he was a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
He was wrong.
And
he's wrong.
He was
wrong.
He had to turn him into a Charger and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he was wrong.
I think I want to point something out. Like right now, I think the narrative is that Bumblebee is underperforming. It's almost bombing to some people. Which I'm like, first of all, it's in America. It's underperforming. It's not bombing.
Nope.
No.
It's not bombing. Well, Marwin bombed.
Boy, oh boy.
But Bumblebee is not bombing, and I think that Bumblebee in time is going to be remembered better. And people are going to be like, Bumblebee didn't do well?
Yeah, maybe DVD sales, maybe like streaming sales.
It's already made a lot of money in China.
Let's see. Yeah, I was like, there you go. When we hit that international market properly, I think we may see some level of just, okay, hey, at least we remotely broke even, and then DVDs, streaming, and blah blah. When they're like, "Oh my God, we are picking up again." Yes, we need another film.
One of the people, one of the heads of Paramount, have even already said, like, "Oh no, Bumblebee is a solid performer. No, we're happy with it."
Yeah.
The Bumblebee is we lost $100 million on last night.
Yeah,
we are making money on
back.
Bumblebee.
Have they made their money back on Bumblebee?
No, and now it's profit time.
With international.
With international, yeah.
So
Okay,
you guys,
alright.
if you guys haven't seen this movie yet, you guys watch our channel. You guys kind of enjoy the same things that we do. If we say that we really enjoyed this movie and you haven't seen it yet, go watch it.
Go watch it.
And the funny thing is, everyone that's ever been on Box Office Showdown has all said that yes, Bumblebee is a good film.
Yes,
Yeah.
Joe,
is a great
Tatiana, you, me, everyone, Johnny,
Everyone.
everyone. So
Unanimous.
guys, I'm just letting you know. Sounds like it's getting a hashtag stamp of approval.
Hashtag
Yeah.
stamp. We should have
So,
a stamp.
boom, like that, right? I'm just saying.
No,
Watch it.
Bumblebee is an absolute I just like.
What is that? Oh, thank you for the check.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, like if you're not sure what to see, if you're not feeling escape room, if you're
Yeah.
not feeling like
Yeah, we'll get to that.
yeah,
once we get
like
to that.
yeah, like if you're not feeling anything that's out right now, and you've already seen Into the Spider-Verse a bunch of times, or already seen Aquaman already, and Mary Poppins wasn't your thing, listen, Bumblebee's out.
Hey, you got the reduced price theaters, and they're showing it too, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Number 7 is Mary Poppins Returns. Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
haven't seen that one. I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't remember the first one. I need to watch it again. Maybe
should.
I'll enjoy it. I do love Emily Blunt.
She's great in this movie. Yeah. I liked it. It was
You liked it?
it's enjoyable, but it's certainly what I suspected. It's basically the first movie again.
Yeah.
Except
How's Lin-Manuel in this one?
he's very good. It's funny. It's like his accent is also as questionable. Yeah. But I know it's a low bar, but it's clearly better than and I love Dick Van Dyke, but it is a little better than Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
But no, Lin-Manuel's great. Emily's great. No, like it's a solid. You're all right there. What happened? Wait,
I can't be that bad.
Mary Poppins.
not feeling Mary Poppins.
Oh man! Oh, tea and crumpets, son.
Ticket sold. That's why I bought it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Boy.
Lin-Manuel.
The first one,
He's great.
I'll see the heights when that happens. But
That's fair.
I'm
That's
sorry. Lin-Manuel could not save this film for me. I felt that Mary Poppins was probably too ambitious.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too ambitious. They were interested in making something that they thought was going to be good, but they didn't. Everyone was struck with nostalgia.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it.
Did you feel?
in this
Did you
film.
feel the Disney magic in it? No. Because I saw that they had like 2D animation mixed.
Yeah,
with
They did, and that was like, oh, okay, great. But once again, it's like, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? Man? Mary Poppins was good on its own. That's it.
No, that's the thing, and here's the thing. I'm not gonna even argue that because they're like, no, that's what they said. That's what I knew was gonna happen.
They said it. They did
They
say
said
it.
it. They said that's what they promised, and that's the movie
That's
they
what
made.
They gave us,
and
it was like,
here's the thing. For
I'll
me,
just
it's
show my kids the same old
no,
one.
hey, that's first off, no, totally fair with that. For me, it's like since I knew that walking in, I'm like, listen, I know it's gonna be the first movie again, so it's fine. Just show me what you got. And I walked in going, hey, listen, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
No, you are right, because that's true. They didn't set expectation in a way that was like, it's something different. You're gonna be in. Oh, it's gonna be.
No,
then you
exactly.
were like, what is this? No, they were like, hey guys, just being honest. All we wanted to do was just make the same film.
No, that
And
when
here
I
it is.
saw the animated penguins, I went, okay.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
True.
When I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda was playing a lamplighter, I went, oh, I see what you're doing. All right, listen. The Banks Children's.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I see what's going on. Now that I know, we'll move on.
Yeah. Number 6 is On the Basis of Sex. I don't really remember. I haven't heard much about it.
I haven't heard much about it either. Funny enough.
Now this is the Ruth Bader Ginsburg film, right?
The what?
Is this right? Is it no, right?
Yeah.
71 on Rotten.
Oh.
71 on
Is that the
Rotten Tomatoes,
reason
which
why-
is interesting? Everyone, like, I know so many people that are like, and these are all women that are like, if you don't see this, then clearly you're a
It's a-
misogynist,
yeah,
blah, blah,
it's a
etc.
history
And
film.
I get it, and it's interesting because a lot of people don't know the story of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and that's the only reason I would even be interested in
I'd probably
seeing the
watch
film.
this
And that's
maybe
it.
as a matinee or maybe on HBO. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it on HBO.
It's definitely like for me. It's like I'm an intrigued scenario, you know.
Yeah, I do like history films. They're
Well, dude, she is. When it comes to being a badass so-and-so, she is it in real life.
Yeah,
So,
but if it's streaming somewhere, I'll probably watch it there.
Exactly.
it goes right in my queue immediately, and most likely the day it goes in my queue is the day I'm going to watch it too.
Listen,
boom, boom, boom.
RBG Begins, yeah, I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is. It's like Batman Begins. It is. It's her origin story, and she goes through like so much to become this judge that stands up for everyone's rights, and she herself is a monolith of what society can be. She is, and that is something as far as a testament to her. But from what I'm understanding, people are saying the film is something where you're just like,
Yeah.
they didn't do it as well as they could have.
understand. Okay, number 5 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I think we've all said our say about this. What else
fun.
can we
All
add?
I'm gonna say is you can be left in the dust, you know. But I will stand by you. You know? I love this film on
We've praised
so
this
many
film
levels.
so much.
Yeah.
We've done so many episodes
Right.
on just how great this film is.
You guys know.
Yeah.
Do we have to go anymore?
No,
about it?
everyone agrees. Most folks love. Everyone.
That is Justin's
Wallpaper.
Wallpaper right now.
and lock screen.
Oh
And
my
lock
God.
screen.
And lock screen.
Yeah, I had to go choose. I love it.
I love it. All right.
Number 4. It's a movie I just saw before coming into the studio.
It's a
today.
new movie.
Yes, Escape Room by Sony. I really enjoyed this movie.
I've been hearing that.
It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper. Yeah. It's a little bit like a more toned down like Saw. Like it's not as crazy as Saw. It's not as gory as Saw. And they put together like a pretty good cast. Like
Is it an R or PG-13?
I believe it's PG-13.
Yeah, I think it's PG-13. It's not too bad.
Could it have been better if it was an R?
No, I felt like this is the right amount. Like it's not it doesn't
intense.
it doesn't have to be this
Gratuitous.
gory or gratuitous. You don't have to see too much blood. There is blood. There is like scenes where you see some of these people die, but it's not to the point where it's like remember
much. It's too
early
much.
Saw or like later Saws. It was just like, oh, let's see if we can get you to throw up. You know.
Well, it's gore porn. I mean, that's the whole thing. I'm not crazy about that stuff anymore. I'm
You know,
not.
it's funny. You're not the only person I've heard about that reaction with Escape Room. And remember I saw the trailer to Escape Room a while back, and I'm thinking like, hey, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't hear anything
You know
about
what?
it.
I
I'll
know
say this.
yeah.
I'll quote Joe. It was the best movie I've seen for 2018.
Why did he
so
say that?
far." He always says it. And then he says, "Chat me up." I stopped listening. I don't.
So
I,
it
And he
has,
did this again.
somebody-
yeah, like Joe, what are you doing? Nobody else is here.
It has the redhead from Daredevil.
Darren Wool, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Tyler Labine. I don't know if you guys remember who
I
Tyler
love Tyler
Labine
Labine is.
He was in the show called like Sons of Tucson. He's also in this new Doctor show. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's
a
funny. I love
Yes, he
Tyler
is.
Labine.
Who else is pretty big in this? Have you guys seen the new Lost in Space?
Yeah,
thing on
she's
Netflix?
yeah.
She is great.
Yeah, the new Taylor Russell, who's the poster of Escape Room. She's
she is
great.
great.
then
What's
also
great
has
about
what's
this
his
film
name
is
from
like it
Insecure.
makes you
That's right.
like it keeps you on the edge of your
Wars.
seat, and it kind of like it makes you a little anxious because like everything's going on. You're like, please figure it out. Please figure it out. I don't want you to die.
Okay.
Please figure it out. And it's just it's really fun. It's a fun movie. It's a fun popcorn movie.
In an escape room, are you the leader? Are you a
I am
follower?
not.
Are you?
I am.
what are
I
you?
am one of the people that would find the most random thing that is key to opening up the. That is me.
But you wouldn't know you had it until
Yeah,
somebody's like,
and I was like,
"We're looking
I'd
for
be
the
like-
wine." He's like, "Oh, I had it right
you know,
here."
he's like, hey, is this something? He's like, yeah, you. That would be me. That would be me.
I'm
I'd
that
be
same guy, too.
I'd be holding onto
Yeah.
it for like 20 minutes. I'd just be holding on to it. I was like, oh, this doesn't look like anything, but sure, whatever.
I am a follower in an
Uh-huh.
escape room. I do not want to lead because I don't want to be the one where it's like I made a decision that got everyone like, "Oh, dang, we didn't do it." I don't want that.
Yes.
Oh my god. So yeah, apparently Escape Room turns out to be
I'd suggest it. You
a
guys should
solid,
check it out.
fun horror movie in January.
All right.
Number
A
3.
surprise to me for number 3 this week is A Dog's Way Home.
Yeah.
Surprise to me.
Wait,
the trailer.
wait,
First
wait.
off, no,
What is
first-
that?
okay, first
What
off-
is happening?
okay.
Why is there a mountain lion or
Okay,
cougar?
okay.
What is that?
So the dog comes across like other animals, but he befriends a mountain lion for no reason. I don't understand.
First, it's a kitty.
It's
Yeah.
first as a kitty.
First it's a kitty,
Yeah.
then it's a full size.
I want to point something out. If you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, I'm saying this specifically, if you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, you probably saw the trailer to
Because
this movie.
it's a Sony picture.
It's a Sony picture. And I remember watching the trailer for the first time going, that's a,
Is this a
why-
Purina dog food commercial?
more like,
yeah,
no.
right.
My real reaction was, why did you show me the whole movie?
Exactly.
Wow!
Why did you-
Exactly.
Why
They
did you show me the whole movie?
They literally
It was-
show him going back to his owner.
And this is what sucks.
She.
This is what sucks. Since I saw that trailer, this is back in December. Any movie I saw after that, this trailer was in front of every movie I saw after that. And I went,
I promise you this much. It makes its money back.
What?
Enough to
make another one?
Enough to make another one that goes direct to home video.
Well, this is I think this is in a series of movies they've already made.
Yeah.
Whoa!
A Dog's
Oh
Purpose.
God!
A Dog Purpose was the other one. So
Was that
like
the one where the owner dies or something?
Dennis Quaid, and then the dog gets reincarnated. I have not watched that movie.
Oh, the dog dies.
The dog dies. It gets reincarnated. I have not watched that movie because when that movie came out, my dog died, and I'm not gonna watch that. I was like, what is the timing of this film being released? It's so freaking stupid.
I would not be able to do my. Oh God! I'd cry right now. That'd be it for me.
I'm glad Ashley Judd's working. That she's in this movie. So
what?
like,
What?
Ashley Judd
Does she
plays
voice the dog?
She's the mom.
Oh, okay.
But she's working, so hey, cool.
Does anyone voice the dog?
No.
Is there
Someone voices
This isn't Homeward Bound.
But someone voices the dog,
yeah,
right?
someone voices the dog.
See, so there has to be a moment where she's like, "Yeah, you like me licking your face? Get where my tongue has been earlier." I hate you.
Oh, it's Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter. What?
Why is it Bryce Dallas
I don't
Howard?
know.
Redhead that I
She's
love
tired
so
of
much.
running away from T-Rexes.
Yeah,
and high heels.
exactly. Wow. She's like, what? A check? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I think I'm more looking forward to her directing an episode of The Mandalorian than I am to
Yeah, that's
she
it.
is gonna be a
That's
director?
it.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's gonna be good.
So,
All right.
moving on to number 2 is, of course, Aquaman.
this. We've already talked enough.
Yes.
We already.
$1
in the face.
billion dollar.
It made $1 billion, and the day it made $1 billion, the day it got knocked off by what film?
Go ahead. Let's just jump to it. What's the number one movie that knocked off Aquaman?
The Upside.
What?
Yes. The Upside,
what?
which is proof that Kevin Hart still has some.
No, it's proof that Cranston has acting chops so good that he can just sit in a wheelchair opposite Kevin Hart and make Kevin Hart look
Hey,
good.
I knew Bryan Cranston was amazing ever since Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah,
Yes,
same.
yes.
If
Same.
you
His
watch,
versatility is amazing.
if you watch Malcolm in the Middle in its entirety, this guy is crazy good.
Yep.
Dude.
Crazy good.
And his whole character arc, if you actually watch it, dude, it's full.
It's crazy
full.
good.
But then Kevin Hart also, this is the thing.
No.
I gotta say,
Complimentary
comedians,
character.
comedians usually, well, not usually, but can have been known to actually be good actors.
Yeah.
When they get the right role.
Yeah.
And I mean, this kind
This
of
is not
reminds me
this is not
of
your stereotypical Kevin Hart movie.
No,
but
no,
this
no.
kind of reminds me of that what's his name? Happy Gilmore. What's the guy that does?
Oh, Adam Sandler,
Adam
Sandler.
and
That movie-
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, it
Rain-
kind
Rain-
of,
Oh,
Down
yeah.
or whatever.
That
it
was a
kind of
sad movie.
But then again, it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, oh, okay, here it is. We
And you know
did it
who's
again.
actually in this movie that's also in the number 2 movie? Nicole Kidman.
That's right.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. I told that's true.
what is the number
double
2 movie?
hitter, just like Haley Steinfeld's a double hitter with Spider-Man.
That's
and
true.
Bumblebee.
That's true. Look at that. Nicole, yeah, that's wild. Nicole Kidman's in 2 of the movies of the.
Yeah, Spider-Man and then.
Oh, Nicole
So
Kidman
she's like-
is in
Yeah.
Aquaman,
And
and,
Aquaman and,
so they're
yeah.
both of them are in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then Haley's in another like franchise movie,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
Nicole Kidman's in a
Yeah,
drama.
The Upside.
yes.
Yeah.
I do want to see this movie. But I was going to the movie theater and I was thinking, okay, it's 4:00 in the afternoon. Do I want to see like an action movie, or do I want to see like a good, like, a hit you in the heart movie? So,
Yeah.
no, I'll watch this on like a Sunday or a Tuesday.
I'll
or
watch this
something.
on
Yeah.
HBO.
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
I'd go watch it.
It's funny, like we've just mentioned a couple times that like oh well, I want to see it, but just not right now.
Just not right now.
And
yeah.
sometimes that's kind of where this is January. January's
Yeah.
the height of. Do I really need to go out right now?
Right now, movies are kind of dry, and it's like, hey, it's cold outside.
No.
So
It's either
one of those.
I revisit something I loved in December, like I want to see Bumblebee again, I want to see Into the Spider-Verse again,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean, I guess if friends want to watch Escape Room, I'll watch Escape
watch
Room.
Escape Room,
Yeah.
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 You guys want to do an escape room? Let's do an escape room.
Let's do an Escape
We'll do
Room.
an escape room.
Let's do an escape room. Let's do this. Yes.
All right, Lois, I got
Okay.
thumbs up. We're doing an Escape Room.
Film
Okay,
it,
so
yeah.
what else we got?
Well,
let's go into the Golden
Did we do
Globes.
Yeah,
number
the big
one? What was
brouhaha.
number one?
It was
Big
upsetting.
brouhaha.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Huh.
Big brouhaha. Did you
weird,
guys
right?
watch it?
I did not watch the Golden Globes live.
Look,
I did not. I was actually here, I think, while they were having
Yeah. I
Oh, that's
watched it,
yeah.
but I didn't get the very beginning. So they're doing this weird thing where they're announcing like presenters,
Mm-hmm.
but with like weird intros. Like at one point they Rachel Weisz, Emma Stone, and something, and they said, from the new reboot movie of Three Stooges, and there's this. I was like, wait, there's a
Oh,
new
yeah, it
reboot
was
movie
some
of
weird-
Three
That's
Stooges,
That's who you
and
are.
I was like,
they were
wait,
doing.
what? So I was searching Three Stooges. There's nothing coming
No,
up.
it's
That's 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, but
No,
they're
no,
saying
but
for a
about
new reboot.
them doing a reboot.
A female group.
Yeah,
I thought that was a
it's-
real thing, but it wasn't.
No,
So
they
yeah,
were
they're
doing a lot
introducing
of weird
presenters
bits
really
like that.
weird, really weird.
I don't know if that was a Sandberg bit and they just continued to run with it, or
It was an
what.
announcer. It wasn't.
No,
it
I know,
wasn't
but
somebody-
usually
Yeah,
the hosts
maybe,
do kind
maybe.
of work with it. So I don't know if that was a thing, but yeah, it was done.
Yeah, but some of the highlights from this Golden Globes for us, because we're all nerds,
Yeah.
is Black Panther being nominated a few times.
That's right.
And Into the Spider-Verse winning a Golden
Yeah.
Globe for Best Animated
Animated,
Film.
it made sense.
Best
great.
Animated Film. That was like
sense.
they started off pretty strong. So what's amazing about that though is they beat out 2 Disney films.
Yeah.
Disney is like has been always with Pixar, and they've always been like the star of animated films. That's who you had to beat. So they beat out Incredibles 2, and they beat out Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah.
So which was great. It
Yes,
was
yes,
amazing.
and yes.
And
I don't
well
see a problem with
deserving.
it.
Well deserving.
I don't see a problem
There's
with it.
another movie in that thing that I can watch on HBO now. Isle of Dogs. Have you heard? I haven't.
I've been wanting to see
I
Isle of
watched
Dogs.
it. I laughed. I laughed at moments, but it's a Wes Anderson film. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah. Same.
So I thought I was gonna get that with Isle of Dogs, and I didn't. So in that way,
Is this
kind
like a
of
claymation film?
So
Yeah,
it's stop
yeah,
motion.
stop
animated
motion.
movie. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to look for like any other big thing. So they had best performance from supporting actor role in a motion television series. I don't know who. Ben Whishaw. Do you know? What do you know?
Well, Ben Whishaw was also actually in Mary Poppins
Oh yeah,
Return.
he was one of the sons, right?
Yeah, he's he's the grown-up version of one of the sons. He
Yeah.
voices Paddington in the Paddington movies.
He's possibly
He's Q in the current Bond series.
Yes.
So I like him. He's pretty good.
Speaking of Bond, like everyone's all like, oh, who's gonna be the next Bond? Who's gonna be the next Bond? In the category of best performance by an actor of a television series drama, Game of Thrones alumni Richard Madden. I can picture him as a Bond.
I could see that.
Right?
I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, pretty
He was on this television show Bodyguard.
yeah. He looks like a standard unit of Bond.
Yeah,
You know what I
he
mean?
does.
Standard unit of
Yeah,
Bond.
standard iteration of Bond. I can see
Yeah,
that.
I could see that.
Yeah, go for it.
I like it. Let's see.
I'm pretty hyped for Best Actress in a television series.
Oh, okay. All right. You want to talk about
Well,
this?
mostly because I'm happy for the fact it's Sandra Oh winning
Sandra Oh for
That's-
Killing Eve.
for Killing Eve. I'm
You
really
guys haven't seen that?
yeah. You
I haven't
should
seen it yet.
you should
It's
get
on
around.
Hulu. It's on
Buddy
Hulu. I
boy,
think.
yep.
get on
Yeah,
it.
get
It's
on
really
Hulu.
good. No, and I'm really glad her acceptance speech was great. I did get to see that.
Oh, you know what's great about that though?
Mm-hmm.
I saw on Twitter is when she won, her dad was so excited for her.
Yeah.
That was the best.
And she spoke Korean on like live television and
That
like
is huge because okay.
no go. Mhm.
I'm always the one to say it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of representation,
Yep.
and it was beautiful to see that, and it's something that usually you don't see.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the Asian diaspora, sometimes, funny enough, Korean seems to sometimes take a back seat. Which is weird. So it was great, and it was a smart move on her part
Yeah.
to go ahead and speak Korean
and her to
on
be one
air.
of the hosts.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was great.
Yes.
I was like, wow, okay,
No, she had
congrats.
I've forgotten how funny she is.
Yeah,
Dude!
there was a great. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I did see some highlights, and there's this one great one she did, where she talked to like it's her and Sandberg are getting ready to announce Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, the other big Hollywood movie that uses major Asian actors like like Ghost in the Shell and Aloha.
That
Yeah.
And what's really
Yeah.
great is that after the laugh, you hear Emma Stone in the far back going, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I watched
And I
Aloha.
wanted the shot of her doing just like Glenn Close with this, so I could use it for memes because it was so good. You can
like,
imagine.
I'm
You know, she
sorry.
had to do it like.
At least she has a sense of humor.
She's
Better, yeah,
she's
she
owned
does.
up to the mistake of doing that part
Yeah.
since the
Dude,
movie came
was
out.
Scarlett
I'm
Johansson
sorry
in
for
the
accepting
audience?
a check.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm
Scar-
sorry
I
for
saw
accepting
Aloha,
a check.
and I was thinking, you're not Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And they were
Oh,
trying to say she's part.
I don't know.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
I think-
she kept her mouth quiet when they were doing it. Oh, well, you know, she is part. It was like if there was a junket and they were like, you know, she's part. She sat there. I'm not gonna say a word.
But someone who's actually of half Asian descent did win into best performance from an actor in the limited series.
Glee alumni.
Glee alumni, Darren Criss,
Yes.
who's also
boy,
and
oh
he
boy.
is half Filipino.
Half Filipino, and he.
Ah.
I think, coming from a Filipino family, you have to like if you go to a Filipino house, Filipino channel is always on.
Yes,
Always on.
yes.
As soon as Darren Criss won, I was like, tomorrow
Tomorrow.
on the Filipino channel, there's going to be a documentary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's gonna be a biopic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, and you're thinking, how do they develop a biopic so quickly? He just won.
They're
I was
like, oh, we were waiting just in
we
case
already
we heard
knew,
the
we already
announcement.
knew.
We were like, all right, ready? All right, yeah.
And then they're just gonna have so many different segments for just Darren Criss. They had maybe one or two news stories, but yes, Darren Criss. But I'm gonna be on. I had no idea until probably the third season he was on Glee that he was half Filipino.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it takes a while because you have to prove yourself. For this is the thing. A lot of people don't know, but if your family isn't American, your family has to be immigrants. Sometimes you want to wait before you run around claiming someone.
Yeah.
As far as your sect, so you wait to see if they don't make any mistakes, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, cool. That's us. That's us. We're all here. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So props to him for winning. Assassination of Gianni Versace.
That's right,
You
American
watch
Crap
that
Story.
one yet?
No, I haven't seen that one. Did you watch it yet?
Oh,
Is it
boy,
good?
that...
Oh man.
Dude.
Is it as good as the OJ one?
Oh, man. I won't... You know what? Yes, because
Yeah?
the story that a lot of people kind of thought they knew was a whole lot more. He was a psycho. And it was great.
It also won for best television limited series.
Nah, it's
Well,
cool.
it was good. It was good.
Everybody go check it out. Yeah.
It was good. A lot of people didn't even know it even existed, or when it did, they were like, "Yeah, I'm going to watch it," and they didn't.
What else we got? How about the best television series for musical comedy?
Oh, for musical comedy, the Kaminsky Method.
I have not even
Michael
seen
Dustin.
Okay,
that.
I am not a fan of it, and I was like, "Why didn't The Good Place win?"
No,
I'm a little shocked that why didn't a good place win.
I haven't seen the new season of The Good Place. I don't know if it holds up or not. You know,
Oh, this is probably for season 2, and season
Yeah.
2 is pretty good still.
Something
I did like that little bit that they did with
Josh and myself talk about all the time.
I did like that little bit that they did with Jim Carrey, where he was sitting at the movie section.
That
like,
was good.
Move away to the television section.
I just finished
He
Sonic,
was like, "Well, I just yeah, right now."
and they were like,
over.
well, maybe no. I think it was
No.
like Sandberg was like, well, hey man, well if it's, I'm sure it's good,
Sure,
so
it's
you'll
good,
be here
yeah,
next
you know.
year.
Next year.
I have been curious to see Kidding.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
man, I have not.
I
Didn't
I've
you
not
say
seen
you were
it
in
yet.
Kidding?
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
same.
I'm
Producer Nagami was actually like
in Kidding.
Where is it?
What?
Yeah, one episode.
Really?
You
Yeah.
can see like half my face.
Ha!
So we're gonna.
Guys, okay, now that's a thing.
Now I gotta
need
find
a
it.
screenshot. I need eagle eye
Did you
people.
get a SAG
to see
token for
him.
that? Oh,
I need
man.
eagle eye people to find it. Most likely, if he can find it soon enough, I want that. And then
Yeah,
after
yes.
that, I want to go ahead and
need
make a campaign that pushes for him to have best supporting role in Kidding next year.
That
needs
is
to
awesome.
happen.
You know,
Let's
like,
make it happen.
imagine him growing up. Was like, I was in a Jim Carrey in a Jim Carrey.
Dude,
film.
you know who is completely jealous of the fact that he was in it?
Who?
Jessica. Jessica is complete. Jessica is like, okay,
She loves Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey is God to her. So
And that's how the-
I am
that's the
going
way
to
the
make
cookie
sure
crumbles.
exactly. The cookie crumbles. I'm going to make sure that I tease her on Quest for Player 2.
Nice, nice.
If we can find the picture, and then I want it to show during the show, she'll be like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Let's go to best television series drama. The
Ah.
Americans.
I have still never seen
haven't
this
seen it.
show. Have you seen this
Season
show?
1, Season 2, excellent. Season 3, I just got so busy.
Yeah, it's got some
But you love season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
If that's any inclination of what goes on for the rest of the show, which everyone says, oh, it keeps the same pace, then yeah, it's a show you should definitely watch.
Nice.
It's good. Like, man, season 1 hits the ground running and doesn't stop. Season 2 continues with it.
Here's one. This is best original song in motion picture. Here's one that superhero fans are a little mad about.
I am.
Because
Oh,
All the
sure.
Stars was nominated. That's an accomplishment on its own, I think.
Yeah.
It was nominated, but it lost to Shallow from A Star Is Born.
It kind of, it makes sense though.
This is the thing, though.
Yeah.
It's a great
Lady
song.
Gaga
It's a
kills
great
herself
song.
in that song.
It's a great song.
Lady-
Shallow?
She
Yes.
kills herself in that song. She gives so much of herself
Yes.
in that song, and just her vocal range.
Yes.
Which is why she has that residency right now in Vegas. Which also usually when an artist has a residency in Vegas, it means that we're getting ready to say goodbye now.
Is that
But
really?
That's usually the thing. Where's Britney right now?
Oh, okay.
Where's Backstreet Boys?
Backstreet Boys.
Where's-
no,
where's-
they're going on.
where's-
No, Backstreet
where's
Boys.
Celine?
Backstreet
Where's-
Boys are making a new album.
Yeah,
They're going
everyone
on
does
tour.
that. Everyone does that right after the residency, and the album's crap.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So it's gonna
So you think
happen.
Lady Gaga's
But-
done?
Well, I think it makes sense because she's at the point where she kind of like, yeah, you know, I've done all this.
She, like,
she
at
has
the
I
Golden
forgot what
Globes-
disease she has, and it kind of wears on her a
Yeah.
lot too. So it would make sense also for her to be like, you know what, I'm doing this, and then I'm going to retire. It's you end on a bang.
Yeah.
$1 billion bang.
Yes.
And the song, It's great. It's great. She, like I said, her range is something that cannot truly be challenged when you think about it. Okay. So she deserved it. Okay. Congratulations, you did great.
Yes. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it, but she was on stage a lot at the Golden Globes.
Oh, Saga? Yeah.
Uh-huh. A Star Is Born. She was on stage a lot. But all the Stars was great. That was a great song.
I love that song.
It's just a great song.
It's a great song.
That soundtrack was just good.
That soundtrack was great, but also the score was good. And that's something I was shocked that it didn't, like, original score. Boom. I thought it would have been, like, picked up for that, because that was amazing.
Speaking on Shallow, I did post something on my Facebook. There's this choir that was singing Shallow. Mm-hmm. And there's this guy he's singing. He's decent. He's good. Mm-hmm. And then the girl starts singing. And then she just blows it out of the park. And you look at the kid's face, the guy that's singing, he's falling in love. He's
yes.
I don't know if it's like they never practiced the song. He doesn't know that she can sing like that. But he's just like, oh my God.
And dude, when you posted that, and I did, it was like, I'm sitting at home, I was looking at my phone, I just wanted to stand up, like, yes! And I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah. So Shallow is a good song. I haven't seen the movie yet.
It makes sense though, because Shallow was like the first like confident step for that film. That was in the trailer. Yes. And it was them going like, oh, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Let's skip over to Best Motion Picture Foreign Language, and the winner of that was Roma. Have you guys seen that?
I loved it.
Is it good?
It's beautiful.
It's on Netflix, right?
It is on Netflix, but I implore people, if you can watch it in a theater, do that first.
Why is that?
It looks that good. It's something that deserves to be seen.
It deserves to be seen. Okay. I'll give you a quick summary of what happened. I was watching at home. I was, like, I have an okay sound system. I just speakers off my TV, and it's good, it's great, but also I'm like, I'm at home, I'm tired, I start dozing off, and I'm like...
Or you start procrastinating doing other stuff.
Yeah, and then like an hour in, I stopped and went, I'm doing this wrong. So I looked up online, went, when is it playing in theaters? It was playing at my local art house theater, and went, I'm going to do this right. Stopped what I was doing. Waited till that Saturday. Saw the first showing. Totally... That's the way to watch that movie. Really? The sound design's amazing. Like, the opening shot is very simplistic, but then it's very constructed well, but also, like there's this, like, you hear noises from the back of the theater. You hear noises over here. You have to have a theater that gets a really good sound design.
You just need to upgrade your sound system. That's all I'm hearing right now.
I got money for that.
A movie
that's why we're sending all the junkets, man. They can get that money and they can, like, here it goes.
But even then, it's not like, this is a movie that needs to be seen on the biggest screen possible.
Okay.
IMAX?
It's shot in 70 millimeters, so you gotta get that. If you get that theater, IMAX would be ideal. It's such a lovely film.
Also on the subject, the director. He got Best Director.
It makes sense. Alfonso Cuarón winning that.
Like, it was a bold move to go ahead and shoot in black and white and do it. And like you said, on that film grade and everything. And they said it just paid off.
And it focused on a character that doesn't get a lot of focus in movies, And I think even within the Mexican culture, like I had a friend who has family in Mexico, and she loved the film, and she's like going like, they're telling a perspective and using a language that never gets talked about. And never gets used, and like that is it's a very dramatic, very powerful movie. But I definitely think if you could see it on a big screen, do it. Highly recommend it.
I'll definitely check it out. I do have a good sound system, so maybe
you rock it then.
Best performance by an actor in a supporting role. How do you pronounce his name? Sorry, I don't want to murder his name.
Who's that? Mahershala Ali?
Yeah.
For the role of Prowler, right?
Yeah.
For Prowler? For playing Prowler?
Yeah.
That's why you won?
No, for Green Book.
That's fair. That's
the film that a lot of people are avoiding even discussing right now because it's been a landslide of issues.
I've heard. It's interesting because I know that.
I heard it's a great movie, though.
I'm Viggo Mortensen.
Joe loved that movie.
I think it's fine to say the N-word during a press junket.
Joe.
Don't.
Wait, what?
That's what happened. But he was saying it concerning like the conversation that was being had.
Who said it?
Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, Viggo?
But, so it wasn't like, he wasn't saying it like, oh, I don't like the N-words or blah, blah. It was someone said, he was like, well, saying part of his character having to do this and do that, sometimes it's kind of harsh because I don't say blah. There you go. I don't say the N-word in my daily life and blah, 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 blah. And people, oh my God, let's kill him. No, he's telling you that he doesn't say it. It's just like that Chris Rock, blah, blah, blah. Guys, he doesn't say it in his everyday life. Calm down a second. I know we want to be mad at everyone for something, but what he's saying is how it's so much of a word that it bears reproach. Like, oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And that's what he was saying. He cut like a knife. And anyway,
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's go to Best
movie was
Performance Supporting Actress, and that goes to Regina King.
Oh, I love
for,
Regina King.
If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh,
I love Regina King.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
Regina King.
Regina King is great.
that movie was good too.
It's
Her performance was good.
Barry
I'll say
Jenkins is.
Yeah, there you go.
Barry Jenkins is quite a.
Oh, God. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah, yeah.
And going back to Christian Bale, he won Best Performance as an Actor in a Motion Picture.
For Vice.
For Vice.
Makes sense.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Well
Yeah,
deserved.
yeah,
Well deserved.
Best Performance in Actress is Olivia Colman in
I-
The Favorite.
yeah. I won't put
For
something.
what film?
The favorite.
The Favorite.
Oh,
I won't put something about Olivia Colman. I think it's really great. She's kind of getting her due because Olivia Colman is like a secret weapon in British television and movies, and like
she's a grunt. She
Yeah.
works. She
No.
works. Like, you know it.
yeah, and she's like I remember her being super funny in Hot Fuzz.
Oh,
she
yeah.
made a great short but a great impression in Matt Smith's first episode of Doctor Who.
Yes.
She was in Hot Fuzz?
Oh yeah, she was like the one woman who worked in the police.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh.
She was like the really like who did a lot of like used like a lot of dirty words and stuff like that. And she was really great in her one scene in even Doctor Who, and then she's great in like Broadchurch. So I'm really loving that. Like, wow, she's like
Dude, yeah.
she's gonna
I'm
come
telling you,
into
dude.
her
own. Come to her own.
She's a secret weapon. You're not ready to, and then when that button gets pressed, boom.
Mm-hmm.
She's there.
How about Best Actor in Drama?
Boy, oh boy.
Rami Malek.
oh Rami Malek
I am still quite like he scares me.
as a
For
person.
One, I think he's possibly a serial killer.
Rami
And
Malek.
He
Scares
needs
me.
the money to be able to hide the
Wasn't
body,
he
so
in an
that's why
episode of
he's an
Dexter?
actor.
Was he in an episode of Dexter? I feel like
Probably.
He probably was the real life Dexter. I mean, that's.
He
let's be
talks
honest.
weird.
There's-
Like,
I have-
his mouth barely moves. He's like, I really like this movie. It's great. It's like he's scary.
Like
He's scary.
Because he's holding in
I
the
still not have
blood
s-
of his victims.
I still haven't seen the film
So-
myself, but I remember when the movie was almost gonna happen with Sacha
saw
Baron
it.
Cohen.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was gonna
Oh
be.
yeah,
it was
yeah,
gonna be with Sacha
yeah.
Baron Cohen.
But he wasn't gonna do it like funny. He was
Yep.
really gonna
Has
go
there been a
for
movie
it
where
properly.
Sacha Baron Cohen just played it straight?
I think
it's-
there's been a role.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
been a
yeah.
role
Les
in a few
Mis,
roles.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where he
I
plays it
just,
straight.
for
and
some
it's
reason, I'm imagining Freddie Mercury in like Sacha Baron Cohen's Bruno costume.
right. No, but I'll say this: he played Freddie Mercury amazing. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. Still, I had so many complaints about this film. For me, I felt it was rushed. I felt they didn't take.
Did the music like kind of like
Oh my
it's
God!
great.
It was
Well,
an
it's
hour
Queen.
and a
Of
half.
course you're gonna feel that way.
It was an hour and a half. It was an hour and a half music video,
Yeah.
and it was great.
They're gonna do a
It was the
sing-along version of
best
it in movie theaters.
Of
Well,
course they
should.
will.
It was the best music video I've seen in so long, and I'm
Yeah,
not
best
joking.
music
I'm not
video.
even saying it as a joke. It was the best music video I've seen in a very long time.
Why don't we go to the next category?
Yeah, thank you.
Best performance in actress in drama, Glenn Close.
Okay, I
what?
literally didn't know about this movie.
Yeah, for what?
The wife.
The Wife. I've never heard
No
about it.
idea. I had no
Yeah.
idea what was going on with that.
I didn't even know she was still acting.
I mean, yeah. Hey, come on now. Come
sorry.
on. Come on.
Glenn
now.
Close.
Come
she
on.
Can show, she can show up and say hello. Like hashtag.
All right. Best motion picture, musical, or comedy was The Green Book.
Okay, now I have a question about that.
It's technically a musical. He's playing music.
Okay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
But yeah, what's the number one for but what's the winner of the best motion picture drama?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
So what did you just say?
You said Green Book won
Green
for
Book
what?
won for musical.
Uh-huh.
Could we?
Because
is
there's a
there
lot
way
of
we can.
Comedy.
Yeah.
comedy, musical.
we
Is there a
switch it?
lot of comedy in Green Book?
No, I'm sorry.
really.
There's
There's
like
like- okay.
weird comedy.
Yeah,
you know,
this
that
see
kind
this
of
is
stuff.
where a lot of the debate went. Like, what? Everybody was surprised Bohemian Rhapsody took the big win of the night.
Once again, as I'm
It's
telling you guys,
it's this thing where this is where the Golden Globes
Of these five films, of these, yeah, everyone thought it was going to be A Star Is Born.
right,
that would have
right.
made sense.
Of these other films, which one do you think it could have also gone to?
It's gonna either I assumed either like, if it's a drama, so Beale
You
Street.
can't see them. You have to say.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
so
No,
they
I,
have
I,
Bohemian Rhapsody,
yeah.
Black
Panther,
Panther.
Black Klansman. Side note, I love that they're
I haven't
both.
seen that one.
I love that they're.
They're both nominated.
I love that they're both nominated. Black
love it.
Klansman, you should see it.
I know, I wanna watch
So
it.
great.
If Beale Street Could Talk,
Yep.
and A Star Is Born.
So I mean, it's interesting, right? Because like of the 5, there are 3 movies that have very prominent
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, okay.
Yes.
I'm
Very
just
true.
gonna say this. I don't know if Black Panther deserved to be in this.
I don't believe Black Panther did. Yes, it was a great film, comic book film also, but I don't think it was that
I think
amazing
that was a
film.
stretch. That was a stretch. It was a stretch. Yeah.
There you go. Actually, truth matters. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
People are going to hate me
So
for
it should have been-
Bohemian Rhapsody and Black Panther should not have been nominated for best film. There you go.
I'm legitimately-
Hate me, fight me. Let's do it.
Here's the thing. I can understand the talk of Black Panther being in the best in an award capacity. Even
Yeah.
like I remember when like Joe saw it back when it came out. It's gonna get nominated
Oh, what he said for Bohemian Rhapsody?
for Black Panther.
Oh,
He's
Black
like
Panther.
remember him
he
like
did say that. He
and
did
so
say that.
like that. Which is correct. Like there's now awards talk of Black Panther.
There was.
But the thing is, I was so surprised to hear Bohemian got nominated. I mean, just
Yeah, didn't it get really bad reviews?
it got okay. It got
mediocre.
It got mediocre reviews.
Actually.
It's got a lot of controversy behind it because
With,
of Bryan
Bryan
Singer,
Singer, yeah.
who didn't finish the movie, who got fired from the movie.
Who finished it?
Director named something Fletcher, who directed the Rocket Man movie, the Elton John biopic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who also directed a really, really good movie called Eddie the Eagle.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he directed that. Eddie Eagle's a
I
really
didn't know
fun.
that.
Is
Yeah.
that the one with Hugh Jackman?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
man.
That's
Yeah,
a
it
really
is.
fun movie.
Wow.
That's a really good movie. And like he directed
Oh
that.
my god! So it's always about music with this director?
Yeah,
Biopics.
biopics, but also
musical biopics.
Well, actually,
right?
funny enough, okay, so that director has a little combination of both. Yes, he likes music. Yes, he puts music. Yes, he does biopics. Because not only did he do a movie about a biopic that's Eddie Eagle, his previous movie, which hasn't been released here yet, is a musical that's set to Proclaimers music.
What?
Proclaimers?
Really?
Like
1,000 Miles, guys?
Yeah?
Yeah. A whole musical is about their music.
Yes.
100 miles.
Yeah.
What
The
other
big
songs
emotional
are
moment
there?
in the movie is them singing that song.
What other songs are there?
No, I don't know.
And then you get to learn the rest of the category.
Yes, you get to learn what else is playing there. That's
So
amazing.
yeah, this one was very weird. This one is very
Well,
weird.
that's why I never understood the way how the Golden Globe splits the drama and
Yeah.
musical comedy thing to me is because I'm sitting there going like, what you just said, like I'm looking, why is Green Room
Yeah.
nominated for musical comedy?
I don't know.
And then you're like, oh, there's a lot of music. Bohemian Rhapsody literally is fueled.
It literally is a musical
About music.
I would have
I
no
have
problem
no
because
idea.
I
A
think
Star Is Born is literally fueled by music.
I know. I have no
it
idea.
made sense for those two to be moved down over there. But then it would have been hard for them to fight out because if they voted for Star Is Born and not Bohemian
Like,
Rhapsody,
let me look at
people
the-
would probably come and
Let's look at
attack them for it too.
let's look at the nominations for musical comedy. You have Mary Poppins. Duh, it's the legitimately only musical that's on here.
Yeah.
The favorite.
That's a comedy. It's a dark comedy, but it's a comedy.
Crazy Rich Asians.
It is a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Vice.
That's the thing. It's very funny.
It's a comedy.
It's satirical comedy, but it's a comedy.
It is a comedy, you think?
Satirically,
Okay.
it's very funny.
Dude, I'm like, just separate and give us a comedy just category so we don't have this awkwardness.
Yeah.
Like, because that whole musical comedy, you're like, wait, but this is a great film.
Oh, it's
but like, oh, but
music
boom.
or comedy,
Yeah.
so it's
So
either or.
that's- I'm not
Either
a
So
fan of
what's Green Book doing in this category?
Yes, it
Why
was not
that
that
over-
much of a comedy.
Why that over Bohemian?
I don't know.
Like Bohemian
not-
should have been a musical.
Well, it is a foreign press, and maybe, I don't know, they don't.
One of the
They see
so,
things.
I know
that we
you
don't.
didn't make this category
No, I know.
decision. I'm just
one
like,
of the, one of the funny things though is Rami Malek won, right?
Yeah.
And then immediately after Bohemian Rhapsody won.
yeah.
So he went off stage with his
Yeah,
Golden
yeah.
Globe, and he came back on to meet up with the rest of the cast, and he was about to give Nicole Kidman a hug. And then she just kind of like iced him, and then it was just kind of awkward. That was like,
And he stood
and
there
you know
for a
Rami
second.
Malek being like the robot he is, it's so awkward, and that's like,
Oh,
it's
God,
like,
look at those dead eyes.
I don't know, his eyes are.
I mean, I guess
God.
that's why he was cast for Mr. Robot.
Yes, that's why he's cast as Freddie Mercury, because he has to wear those big glasses. Because
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
get rid of those eyes.
Oh, God!
Nightmares, man! Stop!
Oh.
Stop!
Is it?
Oh, God.
He's
Is it
so-
up, Scott? Is
No.
it over?
We should
okay.
do a challenge.
Okay.
Try to watch Rami Malek interviews, because it's just really weird. I don't.
God.
He's
a
I don't
nightmare
make
for
any
a
sense.
week.
What would happen if one of us has to do a press with him in it?
I'm not. It's gonna be Joe.
It's going to be Joe.
It's gonna be Joe. I guess
gonna be
we'll
Joe.
just,
No,
we'll be all three of us will be busy that day.
Sorry.
So yeah, that was the Golden Globes. I mean, you don't really have to watch the whole show. Clips are where it's at right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
We got what is it? The Oscars we can look forward to.
Oscars are going to in such an interesting place right now.
Oscars are going to be very interesting.
Oh, well, I mean, Oscars they announced that there's not going to be a host, right?
Not since the 80s.
Not gonna be. So it's just presenters all the way through.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Fine.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. I don't know how to fix the Oscars television project. I don't know.
Well, what I said is go ahead and put Titus, whatever his name is, as the host.
Yeah.
That would have been it. That dude from Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Put him as a host.
Well, you
It's great.
guys.
It's
I'd
funny.
watch
He sings,
that.
he dances.
Honestly, I'd watch
So you
that.
guys get out there and watch a movie. One of the ones that we've suggested to you, if you guys love the geek stuff, is Bumblebee.
Yep.
I love how he has it.
He's already ready to roll.
And also, if you guys happen to have a suggestion on something that we should watch, make sure to leave it in the comments.
And I'd
us
suggest
know.
you guys go watch Escape Room.
Yeah.
And then it'll probably get you guys in the mood to do an escape room, and let's all do an escape room. And then
right.
I'll hold on to like a clue for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And
funny enough, it will be a cork.
I've been holding on to this for like
Yes,
3
exactly.
hours.
So it will be a cork.
And again, I said, hey, if you can find Roma on a big
Yes,
scooter,
exactly.
just go watch
Go
Roma.
watch
But
Roma.
after Bumblebee,
After Bumblebee.
you
you do Bumblebee first. Then you go watch Roma.
Or is Roma first and then Bumblebee to lighten
Do
the palate?
both.
Yes, to lighten the palate.
So
a
Roma
little.
first.
Roma
and
first.
then-
Lighten the cleanse the palate with some fun.
Yeah. So you guys, thank you so much for watching Box Office Showdown. We'll be back next week, probably a different cast, but
Or most likely the same. Who knows, right?
Who knows? But you guys, thank you so much for spending your Saturdays with us. Where can everybody find you guys on social media?
You can find me on that hashtag show or that hashtag BSG on Twitter and Battlestar Galactica on Instagram.
You can find me on Twitter at Justin Keys, on Instagram at Justin Quiz.
You can find me on all social media at Zeus. So you guys, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending
In geek pop culture.
Bye.